Next example, getting at content. So get HTML fragment. Fragment JS. Okay. Here we go. So this one is var list HTML equal ul.html. So get all the HTML from the first or unordered list, then append, meaning add that same HTML to the existing unordered list. But actually, this is not what it's doing. So let me explain. So first, we're going to grab all the HTML that's in the first unordered list jQuery sees. Then, whenever we see an unordered list, we're going to append this first one's HTML. So we could write this out as the first UL's HTML, append it to all ULs. So how do we demonstrate that? So get an HTML fragment here. Okay, so now when we look at the source code for this one, here's the unordered list, the first one. I have a second one which I have commented out for now, but we grabbed these 4 lines, and then we appended it back to the UL so that I would have the same content again. So when you look, like, okay, oh, that's where I'll put it again. So I grabbed these 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and appended it again, and we'd have again another 4 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I'm going to uncomment the code at HTML fragment. So this is the second UL. And when I look at the page, okay, so it grabbed the first UL's data, appended it to the first one. I saw the second one, but it did not grab these values, because it grabs the first values it sees, which are these 4, and it appended it to this one as well, which are the first 4 values. Let's take a look at the source code. Here's the second unordered list, and I have these values, yummy, nummy, and honey, and lolly, but it did not duplicate these values. It did find these first ones. So that's how this works. See? Here. So now we're going to go to the next example, which is getting a text fragment. Get text fragment, JS. Okay. So var list. So we're going to grab the text of the list, first unordered list it sees, and then we're going to append it a paragraph with that text. And let's see how that looks. So it grabbed all the text and appended here in a paragraph. With the source code, there's no paragraph there. So I just grab these values here, only the text, not the full HTML, and output it back. Now let's say you want to get a node. Here we're going to grab, let's see, grab node. Okay, that's better. Okay, this should be easier to see. So var list item equals the first list item I sees HTML. Then we're going to append an italicized list item. So we go here. We're going to append it to all list items. So whatever's in the first one, fresh figs, so now appended to all of them. And so whatever CSS they had, makes it nice and small and italicized. So that's the end of 7a. Okay. Now if we want to add a text node, we do the same thing over again. Get text node. Okay, text node, yeah. So instead of HTML, we're grabbing only the text. And we're appending it. So it should look very similar. Except it has all the values. So now let's say one of the most important things is to change content. Changing content JS. Okay. All right. So list item contains pine. We're going to change that to almonds. List item with class hot. We went into HTML with a function return an emphasis this text. So whatever the text of this list item is, emphasis. This is written here as a function because we're not passing it anything, but we want it to know whatever, as it goes through whatever list item with class hot it becomes, get its own text. And finally, list item ID1 remove. Okay, so let's take a look at that. All right, that's almonds. So we look at the original text. So list item ID1 was removed. We had this one contained pine nuts. We're searching for pine. So we found it up. This one has pine. Change its text to almonds. So this whole thing got removed into almonds. And let's see, emphasis. Okay. And honey was replaced with HTML emphasis honey. So look at that again. There it is, italicized honey. No longer pine nuts, it's almonds. The first value of fresh figs was removed. So now let's say we want to add new content. So our unordered list, first one you find, before had class. We're going to add this text, p class, notice just updated, and then list item dot hot prepend the data plus, and then we got to see new list item. So we're going to have that be this text here is going to be this list item. So list item, last list item. Afterwards, add this new list item, gluten-free soy sauce. So let's see how that looks. I think I clicked the wrong one. There we go. Okay, gluten-free soy sauce. And anything with class hot was prepended with a plus sign, which we do see right here. There. If you look at the source code, there's no plus sign. Those were prepended. See class hot, prepended, plus sign. And plus sign here. And oh, just updated was this one here. Unordered list before.